Bear with me, guys. Justin Stone here from EliteBaseball.tv, and I'm about to get on my soapbox. This is something that I've talked about in our various podcasts, members' blogs, definitely over the past couple years. But today I'm going to spend a little bit more time on the dangers and pitfalls of impressing style upon athletes. And I got a phone call yesterday that really concerned me about how high of a level in baseball that this has reached, where a player was told, if you do not do it this way, you are not going to play. Not if you have success or failure, you're not going to play. If you do it this way in this different style, instead of doing the style the coaches are coaching you to do, you are not going to play in the game. This is a very high level of baseball, very concerning to me. Now, I'm not going to get into what the style was or what level of baseball it is, because you'd be able to figure it out pretty quickly. But there's a player that comes back to you and says, I need help. I got to get help within this style that is foreign to me, and I've got to figure it out or I'm not going to play. And of course, we're going to help that player, but I compare it to this. If I were to write a sentence in cursive to you right now, and then I had you write the same sentence right above mine, and it didn't look the same as mine because we have different styles in our handwriting. I said, yours is wrong. And you need to make your cursive handwriting in that sentence look exactly like mine. And you redid it, you would look at it, you would almost paralyze yourself of trying to make an artistic look of your cursive handwriting in a style that's foreign to you. And what it would do, it would slow you down and be very, very difficult. When we impress the style upon hitters, the exact same thing happens. We take away their natural athleticism, we paralyze them slightly, and you're not putting them in a position to succeed. We've said over and over again, style should be brought about to figure out by the player. And as a hitting coach, as a parent, as a dad that's coaching their 10-year-old team, what you want to do is introduce a multitude of different styles to the player if they're searching for one, and let them figure it out for themselves. They're going to tell you what feels good. They're going to tell you what feels right, and you're going to see it as a coach and be able to encourage them by seeing a better result and a better swing pattern. Now, the pitfall is usually this. Oftentimes at the youngest level, the youth level, striding becomes fairly difficult. A lot of things can happen during that striding process that get a player too far forward in their front leg. They have trouble timing the stride because timing is the most difficult part of hitting. And often what I see is coaches are going to spread them way out, and we're going to halt all their lower body movement to try to simplify. And I put the simplify in quotes because you're not simplifying, you're paralyzing. Really what happens is we're taking away the knowledge, or me being able to say as a coach, I don't know how to fix you. So I'm going to put this Band-Aid on this issue and try to put you in a style that simplifies, takes out movement, but in reality doesn't help you. You have to rewind and get to the root cause problem of the movement. And then you have to fix it at that bare bones level, very early, usually in the loading process, and be able to go from the rest of the style from there. So I mention this because as young coaches, oftentimes we're going to coach what we know best. We're going to coach the style in which we hit. And that's a big red flag to me, to say that you're going to do it the same way I am. That your cursive handwriting has to look like mine. So what we want to do, and my point of my podcast today and our members blog, is that we want to introduce a bunch of different styles. And how do we do that? Sometimes you got to feel it for yourself. Play around with it. As a coach, I want to feel what it's like to do a leg kick. I want to feel what it's like to coordinate a nose stride movement. I want to feel what it's like to do a toe tap myself. And when you can do that on your own, you can translate it and relay it to a player and help them with it too. But I think our head instructor here at our academy, Travis Kerber, who you've heard on the podcast or the members blog yourselves, does a phenomenal job of introducing a lot of different styles to athletes and make it fun while you do it. Experiment. Think about when you were a kid playing home run derby and you were 8 years old and you had to hit a ball over a garage or over a tree to get that home run. Did somebody tell you how to do that? No, you picked up a bat, you figured out an athletic movement yourself to get as much power into that wiffle ball to get it over a desired object. That's what we need to get back to, and that's what simplified means. Simplified means have fun, figure out a way to get athletic, and really get into your body to figure out how to develop a swing pattern. So that's our point today. Instead of making a player do it a certain way which may be foreign to him and actually hold them back, let him experiment, let him have fun, and let them tell you what style fits them best. Until next week, this is Justin Stone, and we'll see you on the field.